Hello! Welcome back to the Watchmen watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. Who watches the Watchmen? It's you. You do.
The mighty Tolkien.
You're the mighty Tolkien. I am here with my brother Riley. You are watching Avatar for the first time.
I was, and if I'm honest, the last time we did any of it, there was a disappointing amount of Payakan. He didn't show up.
Mm-hmm.
My best friends.
Keep it up.
Oh boy, yeah. I said earlier, Tolkien was a word I said earlier.
You're nailing it, bud. When we were talking about doing this, I had to clarify that we were talking about Avatar. I was like, "Have you seen Avatar?" And you were like, "Of course." I love Jake.
You want to do an Avatar show? And I was like, "Yeah, 2 3.5-hour episodes about our favorite movie franchise. I'm there. Let's go."
Well, I'm happy to be introducing you to. I mean, can I just say maybe my favorite show? Like, it's a strong contender.
All right.
For favorite overall television show. So, last time we just got started, we watched the first 2 episodes.
Yeah. Sort of a two-parter, really.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of like just the first episode.
It was nothing too exciting, but I think it's a good introduction to a lot of the characters and the sort of tone of the show.
For sure.
This time, we are launching into episode 3, which is titled The Southern Air Temple.
Mm-hmm.
I think this one might get us a little more into some of the world building that you were asking about at the end of last episode.
Oh, yeah.
If you haven't seen that, definitely go check it out. Otherwise, I think we're going to get into it.
Yeah, it's on the website. It's on the YouTube. You can find it easily.
Mm-hmm. Wherever you are right now, you can probably find it pretty easily.
It's wherever, yeah.
And we're going to get going. So, let me transition us over to the viewing screen.
When the Fire Nation attacked, only the Avatar.
It is iconic. I mean, it's a bit of a meme.
Could stop them, but when the world needed him most, he vanished.
He vanished, and that's why they thought he was old, but he was actually young.
Still unclear. You had some interesting theories about his vanishing and subsequent icy prison.
For sure. But just like in the in that little opening animation, they have him as like an old man.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder. You think that's old Aang?
I don't know. I have no idea yet. We got a nice little flute intro here.
I mean, it's just the vibes, man. The art, the flute.
Wake up! There's a prickle snake in your sleeping bag.
Heck. Didn't even need to use his airbending powers. Just, relative to what we're seeing, right? Computer animation is doing not only relatively little, but it's also doing the least interesting parts.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, who ate all my blubbered seal jerky?
Oh,
all right.
That was food? I used it to start the campfire last night. Sorry.
Oh,
Ew,
Aang.
what? Aw, no wonder the flames smelled so good.
Aang, you goofball.
Sokka is pretty put upon the whole show.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I just want you to be prepared for what you might see. The Fire Nation is ruthless. They killed my mother. They could have done the same to your people.
Just because no one has seen an airbender doesn't mean the Fire Nation killed them all. They probably escaped.
I know it's hard to accept.
You don't understand, Katara. The only way to get to an airbender temple is on a flying bison. And I doubt the Fire Nation has any flying bison. Right, Appa?
Fair enough. Interesting.
And by year's end, the Earth Kingdom capital will be under our rule. The Fire Lord will finally claim victory in this war.
If my father thinks the rest of the world will follow him willingly, then he is a fool.
2 years at sea have done little to temper your tongue.
That's pretty bold, Zuko.
Right?
What the fuck?
My fault entirely.
We haven't found him yet.
He's out there supposed to be looking for the Avatar specifically?
Apparently.
He got pretty close then.
Unless you found some evidence that the Avatar is alive.
I mean, kind of.
When you consider that he's been missing for 100 years.
Got closer than anybody else has.
Zhao wants to steal the glory.
Yeah,
The
seriously.
Avatar probably died a long time ago. Come on, Uncle. We're going.
Commander Zhao, we interrogated the crew as you instructed. They confirmed Prince Zuko had the Avatar in custody, but let him escape.
Damn.
Now, remind me, how exactly was your ship damaged?
Avatar run amok.
Perhaps. I like the idea of Zhao twiddling his sideburns like they're an evil mustache.
And all you can think about is food?
I'm just a simple guy with simple needs.
I wonder if Gran realized how long they were going to be gone.
Aang, there's something you need to see.
Okay. What is it?
Just a new waterbending move I learned.
Nice one, but enough practicing. We have a whole temple to see.
I like this. Like, hell yeah.
Let's go.
Fuck your brother.
Hey, guys, I want you to meet somebody.
Who's that?
Monkey Atso, the greatest airbender in the world. He
All
taught
right.
me everything I know.
That's pretty cool. When did he die?
This whole Avatar thing. Maybe the monks made a mistake.
The only mistake they made was telling you before you turned 16.
Interesting.
Buckyatso, how do I know if I'm ready for this?
Your questions will be answered when you're old enough to enter the Air Temple Sanctuary. Inside, you will meet someone who will guide you on your journey.
Who is it?
When you are ready, he will reveal himself to you. Now, are you going to help me with the...
Oh, man. It's so lovely. Compared to now. Just so serene and peaceful and RIP!
Your
Get
aim
ruined,
has
dummies.
improved greatly, my young pupil.
You see where Aang gets it from.
Yeah, I like this guy. Open that gate. Open that gate.
I mean, that's pretty
Open
cool.
that gate.
We get a few different bending
like a
locks
Megatron
like
boat.
that. Yeah, I think they're all pretty neat.
Keep them here.
Get ruined, idiot.
More tea, please.
Ooh.
Oh, they're like frozen.
I think they're statues. Yeah.
That's it? Where's the meat?
They're lined up in a pattern. Water, earth, and fire.
That's the Avatar cycle.
Of course. They're avatars. All these people are your past lives, Aang.
Past lives? Katara, you really believe in that stuff?
It's true. When the avatar dies, he's reincarnated into the next nation in the cycle.
Oh.
That's Avatar Roku, the Avatar before me.
You were a firebender? No wonder I didn't trust you when we first met.
He
was a firebender.
Yeah, and there's a cycle to it, apparently.
Yeah. Right. Air, water, earth, fire.
That was correct, yeah. Looks a bit like a Fire Nation helmet.
No one hit him.
No, I think it's gonna be a cute little guy.
Good call.
It's a cute little guy. Yeah, fun little guy.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Aang is brave.
How fun is this little guy?
Tears coming out of his eyes.
Once I'm out to sea, my guards will escort you back to your ship, and you'll be free to go.
Why? Are you worried I'm going to try and stop you?
You stop me? Impossible.
Don't underestimate me, Zhao. I will capture the Avatar before you.
Prince Zuko, that's enough.
Your own
Banished
father
prince.
doesn't even want you.
You're wrong. Once I deliver the Avatar
Rough
to my
shit.
father, he will welcome me home with honor and restore my rightful place on the throne.
If your father really wanted you home, he would have let you return by now. Avatar
Yikes.
or no Avatar. But in his eyes, you are a failure and a disgrace to the Fire Nation.
That's not true.
Seems like it might be true, bud.
Oof!
Is that a challenge?
An Agni Kai at sunset.
An Agni
Yikes.
Kai.
Let's go, idiots.
I guess your uncle will do.
He's a proud young boy.
Have you forgotten what happened last time you dueled the master?
I will never forget.
I assume it's when he got that scar.
That does seem like what the cameraman was trying to tell us.
Gyatso.
Hey, Aang, you find my dinner yet? Aang, I wasn't really gonna eat the lemur, okay? Oh, man. Come on, Aang. Everything will be alright. Let's get out of here.
Super Saiyan Aang. Oh, and then all the past lives Super Saiyan up. It's all connected. The fire bureaucracy is freaking out, right?
It does seem like this is not a subtle effect going Super Saiyan. Also, okay, I was gonna say, did Sokka just die? That seemed rough.
Found out firebenders killed Gyatso.
Oh no! It's his Avatar spirit!
Oh, it's sunset. The Agni Kai.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few of these in the show, and they're always
Remember
very
the firebending
good
basics.
martial arts demonstrations.
They are your greatest
All right,
weapons.
yeah, let's see it.
I refuse to let him win.
Okay, so we're both kind of in a similar starting pose. We get the traditional 1-over-1. Some fire bending to make it a little jazzier. Easy some
Well,
lateral dodges.
This is as good a time as any to mention. So, this show was one of the first, and as far as I know, only, to bring in professional, real martial artists to base the animations on.
Sure, they rotoscoped it.
At least to some, there are some scenes that are rotoscoped. There's more just reference footage.
Okay.
But each of the bending types has its own martial arts style that it's based on.
Okay.
And like the moves that they do are real martial arts moves that do, like you said, sort of just spit fire or air or water out.
Yeah. That's very interesting. I would love to learn more about how the actual sort of martial arts moves are divided up amongst the schools of
We'll
elemental
talk about
fighting. Hell yeah.
That's it?
Oh,
Your father raised a coward.
You thought that's where his head was?
Dookie!
Ooh.
Oh, fuck.
No, Prince Zuko. Do not taint your victory. So this is how the great Commander Zhao acts in defeat?
Nice.
Disgraceful. Even in exile, my nephew is more honorable than you. Thanks again for the tea. It was delicious.
Hell yeah.
We're your family now!
He's still in. He's coming down from Super Saiyan mode, hearing about his new family, which makes sense to me.
Katara and I aren't gonna let anything happen to you.
promise.
Well, it shows that he's still in there at least a little bit, right?
Yeah. Just kind of gets
It's okay.
carried away sometimes.
It wasn't your fault.
Of the show.
Well, it sounds very nice.
Yeah, I really like it. There it is. That's episode 3? Are we only on 3? God.
That was a good one, though.
I know. The show's good. Yeah, that's a sweet ending, though, huh? I don't know. It's nice of Katara. It does feel a little sudden, I think, with the whole "we'll be your family now," but it's a nice message.
Yeah, I do think it was more set up in the first 2 episodes than the third, but
That's
yeah,
fair.
right. They're kind of carrying out the promise of the first 2, and this is sort of a general problem of some shows, right? Is that you sort of set up an idea, and then you have to sort of have this middle ground where you go, and now we start doing the thing that we said. So I imagine here we're actually going to see the start of the thing happen, but here we go. We get a little bit of flashback here.
When the Avatar dies, he's reincarnated into the next nation in the cycle.
That's my big question, I guess, right now, that we can talk about in the spoiler section, but it's like the Avatar life cycle.
Mm-hmm.
The fire vibes.
I love it getting bigger and with his breath.
Yeah.
The only reason you should be interrupting me is if you have news about the Avatar.
That doesn't seem very zen.
Might not like it. Don't get too upset.
Uncle, you taught me that keeping a level head is a sign of a great leader. Now, whatever you have to say, I'm sure I can take it.
Okay, then. We have no idea where he is.
What?
Why would you kill him to announce
Really
this?
should open the window in here.
Give me... How am I gonna find him, Uncle? He is clearly a master of evasive maneuvering.
Okay.
You have no idea where you're going, do you?
Well, I know it's near water.
I guess we're getting close then.
Good bit.
Look!
I was gonna say we've seen this
That's why
side of Sokka before
Elephant Koi.
in the
Now
first
I'm gonna ride
episode.
it. Katara, you gotta watch me.
He is Muad'Dib.
He's always a bigger
Oh
fish.
no!
What's wrong?
Waterbending is necessary.
Get out of there! Get back here!
If only someone could waterbend.
That was a big fin. No, it's not his name. That's a great animation thing.
Ah, beans.
Absolutely schooled.
Don't you hate it when they tie up your monkey?
It's a lemur. It's not a yak.
Show yourselves, cowards!
Oh, okay.
Who are you? Where are the men who ambushed us?
There were no men. We ambushed you. Now tell us, who are you and what are you doing here?
How do we know you're not Fire Nation spies?
How do we know you're not Fire Nation spies? That's a good question. We haven't been throwing any fire, right? That's
Avatar
one.
Kyoshi was born here 400 years ago.
400 years
She's
ago.
been dead for centuries.
She's
That's
been reborn
impossible.
into Aang.
The last Avatar was
but-
an airbender who disappeared 100 years ago.
That's me.
That's me,
Throw
baby.
the imposter to the Unagi.
Immediately. Kill him.
Make the fish eat him. There we go. Hey, baby.
It's true.
Watch my cool backflips.
Now, check this
Great, why not?
Hell yeah. You deserve it, King.
Gonna end very well. Yeah.
All right, dessert for breakfast. These people sure know how to train an avatar. Sorry, you gotta.
I love the idea that he's like, yeah, absolutely. Give me more donuts.
Yeah.
I am your chosen
Like,
one.
did you ask for this or did they just provide this for you?
But you're always hungry.
He's just upset because a bunch of girls kicked his butt yesterday.
They snuck up on me.
Right. And then they kicked your butt.
Sneak attacks don't count.
Do sneak attacks count? An interesting question.
Definitely.
Painting the Avatar.
Oh, hold on.
I love this guy's Foley.
Oh. I quit. Forget about it. I won't. I refuse.
Sorry about yesterday. I didn't know you were friends with the Avatar.
It's alright. I mean, normally I'd hold a grudge, but seeing as you guys are a bunch of girls, I'll make an exception.
I should hope so.
Oh, generous.
We wouldn't stand a chance.
They've all got the same makeup as that Avatar.
Yeah, as the statue. I'm sure they have no idea what they're doing, and Sokka will best them easily.
Let's see if you can handle this!
Boink.
That does it!
There's no sassier weapon than a fan.
No. Absolutely there isn't.
Except maybe somebody else's belt.
Anything else
Ruined.
you want to teach us?
It's a good little animation.
It's a little heavy.
Actually, I can't right now.
What do you mean you can't?
I promised the girls I'd give them a ride on.
I'm in the middle of a whole thing.
It'll be
Have
fun.
you not been paying
Watching you
attention?
show off for a bunch of girls does not sound like fun.
Well, neither does carrying your basket.
It's not my.
Jealous that we're having so much fun without you.
That's ridiculous.
It is a little ridiculous, but I understand.
Savage.
I would be honored if you would teach me.
Even if I'm a girl?
I'm sorry if I insulted you earlier. I was wrong.
Yeah, but you're gonna be in this neighborhood for like 3 days, boss.
Don't worry about that.
Silk thread symbolizes a brave blood that flows through our veins. The gold insignia represents the honor of the warrior's heart.
Bravery and honor.
Hey, Sokka. Nice dress.
Love the dang double pick. Later.
I mean, I think he was being genuine. I think he thought it was a nice dress.
No, I just like walking by and then doubling.
Yeah.
I think I'm starting to get it.
Love the out of tune sound effects.
Yeah.
It's not about strength. I'm sorry.
Me too.
Okay.
I did let all that attention go to
We're
my
all on
head.
the same page.
I was being a jerk.
Well, get out of the water before you catch a cold, you big jerk.
On my way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it'll go great.
There we go. And there's the big fish.
There's a dang old world of ours. Always conspiring.
Now, if only there was someone around here who could bend water.
Did you see her struggling with that tiny bowl of water earlier?
No, lift this big old thing out.
Oh my god, he's dead.
Hang on, Aang.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for the help.
Now, I would be if this was me, I would be holding on to the mustache as hard as I could, but there would be a part of my brain that would be going, "Thank goodness this sea monster has a mustache."
That's a mustache.
Oh, here we go, and oh, good little boost back to the
That was
shore.
pretty good, yeah.
That was a good move. Oh, and here we go.
Ah, shit. This is just what we need right now.
Come on, Zookies. Ooh.
That's pretty
There we
cool.
Katara. Don't ride the Unagi. Not fun.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, meanwhile at fan training.
Not bad.
Yeah, maybe he'll be able to help because
Find
Zuko.
Last time you fought Zuko, it didn't go well.
Well, maybe this will be more of a covert situation.
Oh shit!
Boing, boing, boom, bop, bop, bop.
They're pretty good.
Nice try, Avatar. But these little girls can't save you.
Hey, over here.
I had nothing to do with these girls.
Let's go, Aang. I just want him to be able to fuck him up so bad. But I know he can't yet. Oh,
I wouldn't say that.
damn.
Yes, it is. These people got their town destroyed trying to protect
Is that why he
me.
froze
Then let's
himself
get out of
up?
here. Zuko will leave Kyoshi to follow
Trying
us.
to get out the
I know
game.
it feels wrong to run, but I think it's the only way.
I'll call Appa.
Yeah, I mean, this fan lady's, like, doing great. Everybody on the yak.
Appa,
Take
you
off in
get-
3, 2, 1. Yip, yip.
Back to the ship! Don't lose sight of them!
I love that.
Got him out of the town.
Everybody follow that mammal.
What are you doing?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Grab those mustaches, Aang.
You
Whip
can
it.
control the fish via the mustache.
Whip it real good. Fire is out.
Idiots
That's
are
the real-
soaked.
Aang's real power, it seems, is
Humiliating the Fire Nation.
to commune with the animal.
Oh, that too.
I love that, though, for Aang, just in general. Look at that.
He's
Peacetime
learning.
resolution.
He's figuring out how to be an avatar.
All right, so before we go to the spoiler section, Jack, do you have any non-spoilery sort of topics you want to discuss?
Absolutely. Let's move us over. And yeah, I've got a few things here. Not as many
Yeah.
as last time.
All right.
Let's see. We got. I mean, so the first episode we were focusing a lot on Aang being kind of in denial about the last 100 years, about what has happened, about
Sure.
what it means.
Mhm.
We met Monk Gyatso, who you said you liked.
Yeah.
We saw a little bit more of the airbenders having a sense of humor with that pie scene. I really like that.
Yeah. I enjoyed that as well.
Gyatso,
It sort of made me wonder what the Airbender tribe is like. You know, we've seen like the fire tribe is very militant. It seems like the water tribe is sort of more like what we think of as like kind of native peoples, right? Stereotypically.
Yeah.
It made me wonder like what the air tribe is like if we ever run into them.
absolutely. Well, I mean, apparently Aang's the last one, but
It
maybe
sounds
we'll
like
get
it, but
more
based on our
flashbacks, so
map,
maybe
I'm
he'll
not
find
sure.
more.
But yeah, they're a little
That's true.
jolly. It seems like little fun lovers.
We also
Or
saw
hobbits, maybe.
Gyatso in a room full of firebenders, apparently,
Yeah.
having been killed,
Yeah.
and that really messed with Aang a fair bit. I don't think
a
it's
lot of little baby flashbacks this time that gave me pause, made me wonder what's coming.
You mentioned, I think maybe during that scene, this idea of Aang pulling the air, like later in the show that we might see an airbender pull the air out of a room or away from somebody.
Yeah, I was talking about like you know, if Aang got frozen up in the ice, you know, like were there other elemental factors that contributed
Well, you
to Aang
talked
getting-
about that, but that was a
and
separate
but then
point.
so then I think off of that I was wondering about like could, you know, for example, if one could control heat, for example, could one pull the heat away from something?
Right. I'll
those sort of
say, let me go back here real quick.
Or just set something on fire. Is it a one-way avenue? Can you only add energy to something? I don't know yet, but it'll
There's
be fun
kind
to
of
find out.
a theory I feel like I'm okay to say because it was being theorized at the time, probably. Where is it? That this, I mean, there aren't that many lethal airbending maneuvers, and so some people think that that might be how Monk Gyatso took out so many firebenders all at once. If we go back
Took the air away from the fire.
to this
That
scene,
hungry
and
guy
I'll
won't-
mute it actually. Yeah, something like that. And while we're on Gyatso theories, because Gyatso said you'll find someone in that sealed chamber to help you, and then they find Momo there.
Yeah.
An original concept for the show that is sort of they never really went through with it, but it's an interesting idea to keep in mind, was that Momo is actually Monk Gyatso reincarnated.
Sure.
And I
I
think
could
that's
see
really
that.
interesting
Yeah.
that he meets him there and that he leads him back here. You can see a lot of those threads. But
Yeah, there's
that sort
definitely
of fades away over time.
there's definitely at least some, I think intentional decisions being made around Momo early on. So I could see that for sure. But yeah, let's go ahead and watch this clip once you've got it.
Oh, sorry, no, I just went through. It was just this one of Monkey Yatso with
Yes.
with all these firebending bodies, like just how many of them there are compared to him right here. Whoop. Let's see here. We got our first Agni Kai, which is a firebender duel.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty fun. We
cool
met
as shit.
Zhao.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I thought they were another good couple of episodes. We're starting to get more into the rhythms. Not too much lore heavy stuff other than the Southern Temple. But what about transitioning away and into future speculation and more spoiler territory?
We'll hit our spoiler gong here. Sound effect.
What questions do you have?
Questions I had about the show so far. I think the Fire Tribe is starting to seem more tribal to me. Like maybe there's factions, right? So I'm curious to see how that plays out.
We heard mention of a Fire Lord, I think, a couple of times. That is Zuko's father, but maybe there's other leadership. That'd be interesting.
Or at least like people competing to be the heir apparent, right?
Sure. Maybe, yeah. I don't think we've heard anything about that, but that would be interesting.
But I mean, like this guy who was like given, like I had kind of assumed that Zuko could just like kind of go around and do whatever he wanted, and then this guy started giving him shit, and they had to like.
No, that definitely doesn't seem the case because we heard that he was banished, I think, for the first time, and he seems to have done something that dishonored him greatly.
So I'm curious what other difficulties Zuko is going to run into.
In fact, I'll even say we heard him use the phrase "restore my claim to the throne." So presumably somebody else has his claim to the throne.
Somebody else is out there. Yeah, for sure. At the same time, the idea that Aang and the crew have to go all the way to the other side of the world, right, is like a big one that's out there journey. For me. Yeah, right. Your yak's going to have to land sometime.
Yeah, right? And clearly they're making some stops. They stopped at this Kyoshi Island to ride the elephant.
No, but yeah, like that's always going to be risks, right? Like if there's no friends out there, if you've got to like kind of puddle hop your whole way around the world, that's going to be dangerous. I guess I'm wondering as well, about how much, we've seen Aang kind of go Super Saiyan as the language I've been using a couple times now. And
Katara mentioned out of fucking nowhere. She was like, it's his avatar spirit.
Yeah. So like what the fuck is going on there, and like how much control does he have over it versus how much is it like something more powerful than maybe Aang alone? Like that's a question I have for sure, right? Because
yeah, I think we got
feels like a thing my guy needs to get a handle on.
Definitely. You've mentioned and we saw actually this episode, the statues all light up when it went off. So there's and you mentioned on the first episode, like when you first saw it, something about the past experiences or lives coming in to help him. I think those are all
and
good
this one
ideas.
this one especially was so focused on that one past life, right? That I want to keep tracking that because I am curious, like, are those past lives kind of taking the steering wheel, and is Aang, kind of taking the back seat, and those other past lives like hopping in to say, no, we're in charge now.
Hopefully, maybe soon we'll get some very definitive answers about the Super Saiyan state.
Yeah, I'm that's the thing I'm really curious about, and
I don't think you'll have to be waiting too long.
I think as like Momo enters into the conversation and other previous like Avatar forms seem to have more like
we got reincarnation like definitively stated as a canonical fact, at least maybe a speculative fact, but it seemed believed by Katara at least.
But so that's why I'm getting like more and more curious, where I'm like, okay, but what's going on actually though?
That's all interesting. All right. Well, I think this is another good session. I'm like I said last time, I'm really glad to be doing this, and I'm glad.
I can't wait to jump into the next ones. I'm having a great time.
I'm glad to have the audience with us, but you'll both have to wait for the next dang video. So thank you all for watching once again. If you want longer versions of this content, if you want to see more of our reactions, please go back behind the paywall. It gets you access to this and a bunch of other exclusive shows, video podcasts that are a lot like this, all sorts of stuff. So go check it out, and yeah, like, subscribe, all that stuff, and thank you for watching.
Bye. We love you.